Next example is, this is very important example. This example proved that there are some spaces which are Banach space with one norm and which are not Banach space with another norm. So it means it depend upon the norm. Some, for example, in this case, if this is a linear space C01, this is C01 of real valued continuous function on 0-1 interval, define two norm, which is a norm of f which is equal to maximum of absolute value of ft 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 1, and norm of f which is integration from 0 to 1 absolute value of ft into dt. Now this first norm, that is in black color, which makes the linear space into Banach space. Clear? So it means that this C01 with this norm is a Banach space, but C01 with this norm, which is in pink color, which is this is does not a Banach space. Clear? So depend upon the norm. So any space with one norm may be a Banach space. Any space with another norm may or may not be a Banach space. So we will prove this is very important example. So this can be asked in many way in the university examination. So now first we take the given part is C01. So what is C01? It is a set of all continuous function, real valued continuous function defined on this 0-1 interval. So this is a linear space. So this is a vector space over a field. Clear? Now this is a vector space. Now this is first norm. So I prove the result with first norm. Okay, this is a norm linear space. This is it is a norm linear space with this norm, and then it is a Banach space. So what is the first norm? Which is a norm of f, which is maximum value, or also we can say that supremum, maximum value 0 less than t less than equal to 1, and absolute value of f of t for every f belongs to C of 0-1, right? It means f is a continuous real valued function on 0-1. Now what is my purpose? My purpose to prove that first of all it is a norm. So in order to prove it is a norm, our aim is it should satisfy all the 3 or 4 properties. This is a, now property number 1. Now this is from the property number 1. What is this property? It should be greater than equal to 0. Now we know that the absolute value of any function which is always greater than equal to 0, right? So it means its maximum value is also greater than equal to 0. Clear? So this is second step. So what is its maximum value? So this is by definition. It is a nothing, it is a norm of f. So this is greater than equal to 0. So what it implies? It implies norm of f is greater than equal to 0. So that is our first property. Now second property, if this is equal to 0, then function is 0, and if this is function is 0, then this norm is 0. Now this value equal to 0 implies maximum of 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 1 absolute value of f of t which is equal to 0, right? It means maximum value of positive number is 0. So it implies each positive number is 0, right? So Again, it implies if absolute value of positive number is 0, so it implies f of t which is equal to 0. It implies f equal to 0. So this is our first part. Now reverse this process. If f is 0, then this value is 0, then this value is 0, then this value is 0, then this is equal to 0. Clear? So it prove the property number 2. Now third property, which is a triangle inequality. Now we take two function f and g which belongs to C of 0, 1, these values, right? Now what is norm? Norm of f plus g, this is equal to, here maximum value of 0 less than t less than 1, f of t plus g of t. Clear? So this is a part of real number. This is a part of a set of real number. So where it hold the triangle inequality, then it implies this is less than equal to maximum value of f of t, 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 1, plus maximum value of 0 less than t less than equal to 1, and it is a g of t, right? These values. Now this can be written as, this value is, because maximum value of f of t which is a norm of f, and maximum value of g of t which is a norm of g. So this value is less than equal to this norm of f plus norm of g. Here, so it satisfies, it implies f plus g norm less than equal to this function value of f plus this function value of g. It is for every f and g, it belongs to C of 0, 1, right? So this proves the triangle inequality in this case. So this is a third property. Now fourth property is, if we take the alpha is some scalar. Now this is fourth property D. Let alpha be any scalar, right? So what is, this is norm alpha f which is equal to this value, maximum value of 0 less than t less than 1, alpha f of t, this value. So this is a absolute value of alpha, positive number. So we take it outside, maximum value of 0 less than t less than 1 into absolute value of t, so which is absolute value of alpha into this norm of f. Clear? Now this function satisfy all the four properties. Now it is a norm. So I am using already, it is as a norm, but before going to prove it is a norm, that is a simply function. When it satisfies all the four properties, then function is called a norm. Now this function is norm on a space, vector space 0, 1. Clear? So this is, now this C01, suppose this norm is norm 1, this is with the norm 1 is a normed linear space. Clear? Normed linear space. So we prove that this is a normed linear space with this norm, which is maximum value of f of t 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 1. Now to prove whether it is a Banach space or not, my purpose is take Cauchy sequence in this space and then prove that Cauchy sequence converge to a point of a function of a C01, right? So that is my purpose, to prove the completeness, to prove the Banach. So I take, let this Fn be a Cauchy sequence, which is a Cauchy sequence in C01, right? So what do you mean by this? It means this is a real valued continuous function defined on closed interval 0, 1. So remember, it is a real valued continuous function defined on a interval 0, 1. Now use the definition of Cauchy sequence. What is the definition? For, remember the definition, epsilon greater than 0, there exists a positive integer capital N such that norm of f of m minus f of n less than epsilon for every mn greater than equal to capital N. So this is a definition of Cauchy sequence, right? Now my purpose is this Cauchy sequence converge to a some point of C01. That is my purpose. Now by definition of a norm, it implies, what is that? That is a maximum value of absolute value of fmt minus fnt, which is less than epsilon for every mn greater than equal to n. It implies, now we know that if maximum value of any number is less than epsilon, then it means each number is less than epsilon. So it means fmt, which is a fnt, so this is less than epsilon for every mn greater than equal to n. So which is equation number 2, right? Now here we use the Cauchy criteria for a uniform convergence. So remember the statement of Cauchy criteria for uniform convergence. If you do not remember it, then go to the real analysis Walter Rodin, even Erwin Kriging, function analysis by Erwin Kriging, or any book of real analysis or functional analysis. So that is a definition of uniform convergence that is available in the chapter of uniform convergence. So what is by Cauchy criteria of for uniform convergence. So what is that criteria? If sequence of continuous function satisfy this condition, then that is converge to a point of sum that converge uniformly on a 0-1 interval. So by that criteria, this sequence Fn converge uniformly on closed interval 0-1, right? So it converges uniformly on 0, 1 interval. It means this sequence Fn, which is convergent to some f belongs to C01, right? So it means there is some function f where its value convergent. So we can also say that this is some, suppose if this is convergent, so it means there exists some f belongs to C01 such that limit of n approaches infinity, this Fn converge to f. It means this space with this norm C01, this space with this norm is a complete space. If it is complete space, because it is already nonlinear space, so this space is a Banach space. This space is a Banach space with norm, which is denoted by this norm 1, right? So it is our first part. Now second part. Now here norm is changed. Second part. So in this case norm is changed. Here norm is norm of f, which is a integration 0 to 1 absolute value of f of t into dt, right? This is equation number, suppose 4. Clear? Here norm is changed. So to avoid confusion, you can take it as norm 2. You can also take it the previous as norm 1, and here you can take it as norm 2. Now to prove this function is basically, now here it is not a norm, it is simply a function. Our purpose is to prove that it is a norm. To prove it is a norm, we want to satisfy all the 4 properties. So property number 1, again we know that absolute value of any number is always positive. Clear? It is first step. Second step, its integration is always positive. Third step, this integration is basically nothing, it is a norm, this is a functional value of f. So it implies it satisfies first condition for every f belongs to C01. Now second condition, let this value equal to 0. It implies by definition integration of 0 to 1 absolute value of ft into dt is equal to 0, right? Since this is a continuous function, if integration of continuous function is 0, then its functional value is also 0. Clear? So again it implies if this value is 0, so f of t is 0 for every t. It implies this f is equal to 0. Now it is first part. Reverse this process. Now reverse this process. It implies this, it implies this. So this functional value is 0, then f is 0. If f is 0, then functional value is 0. So this is a property number 2. Now property number 3, which is called a triangular inequality. So property number 3, which is called a triangle inequality. So what is triangle inequality? So remember that norm of f, so just now from this we prove the first part. Now next is, this is property number C, which is a, so this is a norm of f equal to this. Now here we prove all the properties of this. Now third is, this is a triangle inequality. So what is triangle inequality? So prove the triangle inequality, we take two values. So let norm of f plus g, we take two function f and g. So what is this? This is a integration 0 to b, and this is f of t plus g of t into dt. Clear? So this can be less than equal to 0 to 1 absolute value of ft into dt plus 0 to 1 absolute value of gt into dt. So what is this? This is a norm of f plus this is norm of g. So it satisfies the triangle inequality. So that is a third result of norm space. Now fourth result is, let alpha be some scalar. If alpha is some scalar, so norm of alpha f, so this can be written as norm of alpha f. So this is a, here I used norm of alpha f, which is again 0 to 1 absolute value of alpha f of t into dt. Clear? Again alpha is positive term, so absolute value of alpha 0 to 1 absolute value of f of t into dt. So this is the absolute value of alpha into norm of f. So it proved the fourth property, norm of alpha f, which is absolute value of alpha into norm of f. Clear? So what we get? We satisfy all the four properties. It means C01, which is a normed linear space, with this norm, with norm which is equal to norm of f, which is 0 to 1 absolute value of ft into dt. Clear? So this is a norm linear space with this norm. Clear? Now next part is to prove that this is in Banach space, or it is Banach space or not. Now next my purpose is to prove, is it Banach space with this norm or not. So basically this is not Banach space, C01 is not Banach space with this norm. Okay? So to prove that result, we take some Cauchy sequence. So first take some sequence. Now first remember, C01 is a set of all all function, real valued function defined on the interval 0 to 1. Remember this. This is 0 to 1. Clear? Now, my purpose to find a sum sequence which is a Cauchy and that is not convergent in C01 to show it is not a Banach space. They are not a complete under this norm. Now, to prove that result, I consider a sequence. So, see very carefully. I consider a sequence, this Fn, which is in C01. C01 means its domain is 0 to 1. So, what is that sequence? This is Fn t, which is equal to, it divided into 3 parts. What are the 3 parts? First, we divide this function 0 and this is 1 by 2. Clear? So, first 0 less than t less than equal to 1 by 2. So, its value in this region is 1. Clear? And this term is divided into 2 parts. Why 2 parts? Because we want to construct a sequence which converge to a sequence, which converge to a function. Now, this value is 0. From this term is 0. And what is this term? This is endpoint is 1 less than equal to t, and this should be greater than 1 by 2 plus 1 by n. Why I take here 1 by n? I take here 1 by n because when approaches to infinity, so this term will be equal to 1 by 2, right? This term is equal to 1 by 2. Now, this is 1 by 2, again here it is 1 by 2. So, here I can take this value less. This is less because here equality, here at one side it should be equal, either at this side or this side. Otherwise, both value will be same. Now, in this case, now the remaining part is, so we get the function value of 1 by 2 plus 1 by n to 1. So, remaining part is this. Clear? So, remaining part is this. What is that part? This is a 1 by 2 greater than t less than equal to, which is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by n, right? So, this is a term. Here we construct a function which is minus n by t minus nt plus n by 2 plus 1, right? So, this is at this point in this region, this value we take minus nt plus n by 2 plus 1. So, I take this kind of function, I construct this kind of function. If I construct this kind of function, now my aim is to prove it is a Cauchy sequence, then to prove is it convergent or not. So, first prove it is a Cauchy sequence. Clear? To prove Cauchy sequence, if I take m and n two integer and m is greater than n, both are greater than equal to n. So, if it is some real line, so just remember all the things geometrically. If it is some real line and this is m is greater than n, So here it is small m, and here it is n. Next number will be n plus 1, and so on, and this previous one is m minus 1. So it means number is started from n, then n plus 1, then next, and last is m, right? So bigger number is m, smaller number is n. So what is norm of f of m minus f n, this norm? Clear? So remember this. Now this function is divided into three parts. So again this function is divided into three parts. So using the definition of norm, first when we use the definition of norm, this is 0 to 1 f m t minus f n t into dt. Clear? So this values. Now this 0 to 1 is divided into three parts. 0 to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to this values, and this value to 1. So this result is divided into three parts. Clear? Then we will find the value of all the three integration. So what is the three part? First part is 0 to 1 by 2, right? Second part is 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by n. 1 by n या 1 by m, it depends. So first I take, this is in two part because it involves both the terms, which is one term is right. So it involves both the terms. So I take it as this is a 1 by 2 to 1. Now this value is f m t minus f n t absolute value dt. This is not divided because it contains both terms. One is with m, second is with n. So I write it as here in this way. Clear? Now remember its value. From 0 to 1, its value is 1, and again its value is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So this is 0. So first term is 0. First term is 0. Second term is 1 by 2, 1 absolute value of fm t minus fn t into dt. Apply triangle inequality. So this is 0 to 1 by 2 to 1 absolute value of fm t into dt, this is 1, plus 1 by 2 to 1 absolute value of fn t into dt. Suppose this is equation number A. Now my purpose is to find the value of this term or this term. So if we find the value of one term, the other value is defined by just replacing m with n or n with m. Now first I would like to find the value of absolute value of fm t into dt, which is 1 by 2 to 1. Now this function is divided into two parts, 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by m. because here is m. And second is 1 by 2 plus 1 by m to m, and this is fm t into dt, again fm t into dt, right? Clear? So just now substitute the value of these function. What is that value? Which is a integration 1 by 2 plus 1 by m into minus mt plus m by 2 plus 1 into dt, right? So this is in absolute value, but this term is positive, so absolute value will be removed because of positivity of these values. In this region, this term is positive. We can check easily कि 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by m, this term is positive, so we remove absolute values. Now plus this values, so here the value is 0 into dt because its value is 1 by 2 plus 1 by m into 1, so this term is 0. So total term is 1 by 2 plus 1 by m. Here this term is minus mt plus m by 2 plus 1 into dt, right? So this is a value of 1 by 2 into these values. Clear? So what we get? We get this integration in this form. If integration is in this form, now integrating this term with respect to t, so this will be minus m t square by 2 plus m by 2 plus 1 into t, these values, and the range is 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 plus 1 by m, these values. So with this value is minus m by 2 bracket 1 by 2 plus 1 by m raised to power 2 minus 1 by 2 raised to power 2. Clear? These values, this square minus this square, plus m by 2 plus 1 into this minus this, which is a 1 by m, these values. So just simplify, we get these values which is equal to 1 by 2m, right? Similarly, what we get? We get this integration 0 to, basically this integration 1 by 2 to 1, 1 by 2 to 1, absolute value fmt dt, so which is equal to 1 by 2m, these values. So similarly there is no need to prove the result. Similarly 1 by 2 to 1 fnt into dt, which is equal to 1 by 2n, right? 1 by 2n. If we get these values, so what we get? We get our norm of fm minus fm less than equal to 1 by 2m plus 1 by 2n, which approaches to 0 as mn approaches to infinity. So what we get? We get this sequence Fn, which is a Cauchy sequence in C01. So we prove that it is a Cauchy sequence. Clear? Now to prove it's convergent, so just see the sequence when n approaches to infinity. So when n approaches to infinity, this is our sequence. Right? So this is our sequence. When n approaches to infinity, this term will be removed. 1 by n approaches to 0. So this is a point 1 by 2. So it means at n approaches to infinity, this sequence is basically ft, which is a 1 and 0, where 0 less than equal to t less than equal to 1 by 2, here 1 by 2 less than t less than 1. So what is this function? This function f of t, which is a limit of n approaches infinity, fnt. Clear? So we get this sequence is convergent to this function, right? Now to prove the completeness, it should be belongs to C01, but this does not belongs to C01. Why? Because C01 contains all continuous function, and this function is not continuous at this point 1 by 2, right? Its left hand limit at this point 1 by 2, it is 1, and right hand limit is 0. So at 1 by 2, its left hand limit is different from right hand limit. So it means it is not continuous at point 1 by 2. So f does not belongs to C01. So we find a sequence, Cauchy sequence, which is convergent but not convergent in C01. It means it is not complete with this norm. If it is not complete with this norm, then it is not a Banach space with this norm, because this is not complete in this norm. We take the Cauchy sequence, so it is a Cauchy sequence. Now it implies that this C01 is not complete. C01, it implies C01 is not complete. It is not a complete with this norm. If it is not complete, so this is not a Banach space. This is not a Banach space with norm, with this norm f, which is equal to 0 to 1 absolute value of f of t into dt. Clear? So that is our result, कि this is a Banach space with one norm and it is not Banach space with this norm. So it prove our result. So this is very, very important result and expected for examination. So next example is, that is same as the previous example. Show that the real space C minus 1 to 1 with a cube with the norm given by this is an incomplete norm space, right? So we already proved in the previous result, previous example. In that case it was from 0 to 1, but here it is a minus 1 to 1. So that is the only difference. So first prove that it is a norm. Clear? So similarly in the previous example, we prove all the four properties of the norm, and that we already proved in the previous example. Just difference is in this case it is from -1 to 1 and there it was from 0 to 1. So just change 0 to 1 by -1 to 1 and prove all the properties of the norm. Now this is the again important part. It is an incomplete norm space. So I take a sum sequence which is a Cauchy and does not converge to a point of c -1 to 1, then it means it is a incomplete sequence. Now let I take this fn sequence fnt which is equal to, so this is, now here it is 3 part. One is again -1 less than t less than equal to 0, and third part is less than equal to 1 and greater than this values. So this is I take 1 by n, because when n approaches to infinity it will be equal to 0. So third part merge between these two. So its value is 1, here 1 and here 0, and the third part is 1 by n which is greater than equal to t, and here it is greater than 0, right? Now this part is 1 minus nt, 1 minus nt, yeah, nt minus 1. So here it is 1 minus nt. This is a second part, first part 1, second part 1 minus nt, and third part is 0. So again on same line of action we will prove it is a Cauchy sequence. So prove it is a Cauchy sequence, we take let m is sum which is m which is greater than, this m is greater than, so here I take this m, let m which is again greater than n, right? So this norm f of m minus f of t, by definition this will be -1 to 1 fmt fmt minus fnt, right? So again this is divided into two part. One is -1 to 0 and second is 0 to 1. So this is a fmt minus fnt into dt, and here it is fmt minus fnt into dt. Clear? Now in this case its value is 1, it means its value is 1 and its value is 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So this first term will be converted into 0. In the second case it divided into two part. One is 0 to 1 by n and second is 1 by n to 1. Now I divide this term 0 to 1, this integration which is equal to 0 to 1 by, first I use the triangle inequality because it involves m and n, so which is a 0 to 1 f m t into dt. Similarly plus 0 to 1 f n t into dt. So these are two terms. So I will find the value of any one of the term, and similarly the value of second term will be generated from that term. So I take the integration 0 to 1, which is fm into t into dt, absolute value. So this divided into two part, 0 to 1 by m fm t absolute value plus 1 by m to 1 by m to 1 fm t into dt, and this term is 0 by using this result. If this term will be removed, so this is a 0 to 1 by m, then substitute its value, which is 1 minus mt into dt, and its absolute value. Because it is a positive term, so we will remove its absolute values. Now integrate this values. So what is this value? It is 1 minus mt, its integration is 1, and minus mt, so its integration is this is a t minus mt square. So integration of this term is which is equal to t minus mt square over 2, and this is from 0 to 1 by m. So this is from 0 to 1 by m. Now substitute these values. So this value is equal to, which is 1 by m minus m by 2 into 1 by m whole square minus 0. So this is 1 by m minus, this is minus 1 by 2m, so which is equal to 1 by 2m, right? Similarly, we can find the value of second term, which is again fn t absolute value dt, which is equal to 1 by 2n, right? So in this case it is 0 to 1 by n, right? So this term is 1 by 2n, and in this term it is a 1 by 2n. So the norm of fm minus fn, which is less than equal to 1 by 2m plus 1 by 2n, it approaches to 0 as m and n approaches to infinity. Clear? So it means this sequence, which is this sequence fn, which is a Cauchy sequence in C minus 1, right? Now also it is a convergent, and it converges to a point from this, check. Also it is a convergent. So what is the limit of this function n approaches infinity fn t? So when n approaches to infinity, this will be converted to 0, so this part will be removed. So what is this? It is a 1 and 0, minus 1 less than equal to t less than equal to 0, 0 less than t less than equal to 1, right? Now this function is not continuous at the point 0, because its left hand limit is 1 and its right hand limit is 0. If left hand limit is 1, right hand limit is 0, it means this function ft, it does not belongs to C minus 1 and 1. So it is this Cauchy sequence is convergent to this function, but this function does not belongs to this, it means it is not a convergent sequence in C minus 1 to 1. It means this is not a complete space. If it is not a complete space, then it is not a Banach space. So C minus 1 to 1, which is not a Banach space, right? So these 8th and 9th questions are very important, and there are lot of questions in the exercise of many books, so you can go through and practice it, then you will improve yourself how you can prove that this is a Banach space, this is a norm space, and this is a any space with this norm is a complete, any space with this space is a not complete, right? So in the next lecture we will start a new topic which is called a subspace and quotient space n by m, that we already read in the modern algebra as well as linear algebra. So go through that chapters which is a quotient space, subspace. Also go through linear independent vectors, linear transformation, and linear dependent vector bases. So all the definition will be involved in the functional analysis. Also all the definition of real analysis, Cauchy sequence, convergent sequence, that we already see that Cauchy sequence, convergent sequence, metric space, and compactness, closeness, completeness. So all the definitions will also involved in the function analysis. So if anyone do not know about these definition, so go through all of these definition and go through linear algebra and go through the real analysis, the entire definitions. That will be helpful to understand this new topic which is a functional analysis.